Hello everyone, thanks for watching. Today I'm in Brewster Woods. It's between Concord and Bedford in Massachusetts. I just explored the area. I believe I hiked for a good hour and a half to see what kind of wildlife is out there. In theory there's a lot. There's a lot of woodpeckers, a lot of mammals and whatnot. The only downside is that there's a lot of people with dogs out here. And usually they just let it go off the leash, so they scare a lot of animals away. But having that said, I'm just gonna take a hike again and see what's out there. Right, so I think what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit, relax, make sure that everything is as silent as can be, and then see if there's any kind of animals that will pop up. So I'm not gonna do the whole area. Instead, there's actually more places like this where there's benches like in a loop. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit on every bench just for half an hour or so, and I think that's as far my energy will allow. Alright, overall not a bad start at all. So the woodpeckers were nice. I'm hoping to find a little bit more than just chipmunks and birds. It is, let's see, what time is it? 2 o'clock, so it's kind of a little bit too early for most of the mammals to come out. But fingers crossed. Alright, so far so good. It's slowly getting very humid, very warm. So, like before, I'm just gonna sit on this bench and see whatever crosses my path. And hopefully the moment when it cools down, I will just take another quick walk. Alright, let's keep going. The longer that I'm sitting here, the more hungrier and tired I get for whatever reason. Better get going while I still have some energy. Alright, fair is fair. So far, not bad. So I had to switch cameras. I invited my wife to come where I am. So it's better for me to save up some phone battery just in case she's here and she can't reach me. It wouldn't be the first time that happened. And I learned from my mistakes. But having that said, for whatever reason, I got new energy since I'm walking anyways. I'm not too sure where I'm planning to go. Most likely I just go hike and see if I see something interesting. But yeah, fun. So a while back I got on a couple of DMs of people, and they actually asked me, hey Harry, if you go out, why don't you actually talk more about animals, about the biology, their behavior, their habitat, etc. The reason is actually pretty simple. When I'm out, the more I talk, the more I scare animals away. So, and this is actually one of my hardest goals, I should try to shut up as much as possible. But having that said, I think it's also so much more fun if people go out by themselves and they actually discover those things by themselves. When it's about, let's say, quote-unquote nature or animals or whatnot, this sounds a little bit mean, right? But I think, for example, if you have squirrels in your backyard, you have birds in your backyard, chipmunks, how about you just go out yourself and discover a little bit more about animals than compared to YouTube. If you're watching National Geographic, that's something completely different. But if you go for that kind of information to a YouTube channel that's more amateuristic, it's not something that I look out for to explain first thing. Plus, as I said, I think like I try to push people to go out, discover things themselves, go hike, anything but get off that chair. Looking at you. and like usual, I'm a little bit of an idiot. I do what I always do, which is kind of like the whole concept behind insanity. So at first I said, you know what, I'm not gonna hike so much. Meanwhile, here I am, and I couldn't be any farther from my parking place. So yeah, kinda got myself stuck in this situation again. Yay. So after having done a couple of videos like this, I'm seeing some kind of a pattern. At first I start to go hike to explore the area. Then by that time I get super duper tired. Then I go out again to see if I can spot any wildlife. But now here it comes. The more tired I get, the more my true personality comes out. And I start to be a little bit like a bitch or like an asshole. Which actually makes sense, because if anyone ever goes hiking and you know it's very warm, you're thirsty and you're hungry, you're not yourself. So most likely this wouldn't even be the first and the last time that this will happen. Fun. So as I'm hiking back to my truck, I'm like, why does this area look so familiar? And then it hit me. Almost 2 years ago, I came here almost every week. But every time when I go somewhere, like a conservation land or a wildlife refuge, I mark it on my GPS. With the result that now almost everywhere on my map, it's filled like with emojis where I like to go. And then I forgot which place is which. So now I'm like, oh my god, I know this place. It's like you clean up your bedroom and then you just realize like, yep, I know how this is used to, I know how this looks like. But it also makes me realize that the first time when I went to take the trail, I think I hiked more, kind of like half of the, I would say the left side of the whole park. So now I need to come back another time to do this right side. It's one way to keep myself busy. But that's not the worst of it. I actually couldn't be farther from the parking spaces than I've ever been before in this place. Yay! as I was walking, I just had like an how is it called? Like a flashback, and something that you relived already. French word. Anyhow, but yeah, I had that moment. So I was at the intersection and I was like, oh shit. Like, I remember that I've been here before, and the last time when I tried to go to the parking spot, I took the complete wrong trail. And last time I also picked the wrong trail. So now I'm reliving that moment. Very fearful that I again picked the wrong trail. But the worst thing is, the GPS isn't really working. So it's just like you're every time you're second guessing where you are. And there is no real places that you can pinpoint your location. Oh my god. I think somewhere big in my reptile brain I remember that I took this trail. All I need to do is pray to all accessible gods that are willing to listen that I took the right choice, because I'm about done.